conservationists! Sorry I've been gone for so long. We had a really hectic fall and start to winter, and I think that things are starting to calm down now, so should be starting to post videos more regularly. So today, I really wanted to come on and talk about something that is going on right now. If you hadn't heard the news, we're now living in a time where China will no longer accept the rest of the world's recycling. Let me explain what that means. In the past, if a recycling facility did not have the means to recycle a certain product, they had made an agreement with recycling facilities in China that they would continue to accept those products, but they would send the products that they could not recycle to the facilities in China for them to be recycled there. Over the years, the recycling facilities in China noticed that they were receiving a large amount of product that they could not keep up with the demand to recycle them. How did they respond? Last year, China said that at the beginning of 2018, they would no longer be accepting the world's recyclables. So what does that mean for us now? Now those recycling centers that have been accepting those products and sending them off to China are starting to see a buildup of those products that they themselves cannot recycle. And there have been two responses to this so far. Some recycling centers are taking this recyclable waste and storing it away until they can find a place where it can be recycled. The other recycling centers are taking this product, they're not able to find a place to store it, so they're just sending it to the landfills. Most of us are not in a place where we can change this within the recycling centers ourselves. So how should we respond? Well, we can respond in 3 different ways. Number 1, reuse the things that you currently have. Here's an example of something that I did not go out and purchase, I just have, and I have had it for many, many years that I use and reuse over and over and over. This is the cup that I pretty much take everywhere. Drink lots and lots of water, so I bring this everywhere with me. When I remember to, I will use it at a restaurant to put my drink in, but that's not all the time. Every time you do, it helps. So I got it at the zoo. It was given to me for free. Got it while I was working there, and I was working an event and somebody gave it to me who didn't want it. Number 2, find ways to use less packaging in general. One thing I do to use less packaging in general is with my coffee. As you can see, we have a Keurig. We use it every morning, and we do have these K-cup pods, but I don't actually use those myself. We keep those around the house for guests, so it's an easy way for them to make their own hot drink. What I do, I go to the bulk bin and I get a jar of coffee beans. Same ones every time, so I just keep that written on the lid. And I will use those coffee beans. If I'm not able to get to the grocery store that has the coffee beans that I like, I will buy a bag of beans, and then I will use that bag when it's empty to make a wallet, which if you're interested in buying one of those, you can check out my Etsy shop. So I will take the beans and I will put it in my coffee grinder. Grind up the beans, and then put those grounds into one of these reusable pods. So I fill it up, and put it right inside, and that way I did not use one of these things to create the extra waste. After I've made my coffee, I will take the grounds and I will compost them in our compost bin in the backyard. And number 3, as much as possible, cook your own food instead of purchasing pre-made and pre-packaged foods. I'm going to show you an example of one of the things that I do to reduce the amount of packaging that I use. This is, I like to make my own yogurt. I make my own yogurt. So here we are. We have the finished, already made yogurt. And now I'm just going to stir it around. And I will put it into, I use old yogurt tubs. So I'm just going to put it in here. We clean it out every time we're done using it. So just going to fill them up. This will fill 2 of these yogurt tubs. So, and then we'll use some of the yogurt in here to make the next batch of yogurt. So what do you think? Do you have any ideas of other things that we can do to help out the recycling companies? I really want to hear your thoughts on this. Thanks so much for watching. Give this a thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're interested, go look in the description to check out my new Etsy shop. You can find some great things in the Etsy shop, all handmade by me, such as this wallet that I made out of a coffee bag. Let's find ways to help each other so we can all practice practical conservation. Oh, I have a funny story about this. So one time when I was working at the zoo, I got my lunch at the zoo. I forgot to bring it, and I said I'll put my drink into this cup. So I handed them the cup, and I handed them the cup, and the cashier, she picked up one of their disposable cups, and she said, "Oh, you don't want this?" I said, "But I already have this. Just put my drink in this cup." And she said, "Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want this cup? I have it for you. I can fill it." I said, "No, just put the drink in this cup." So she did. Obviously, I just took off the lid and the straw and handed her the cup itself for her to fill up. But it was kind of funny for her to experience that, like, "Oh, wait a second. You brought your own cup? But I'm giving you one. You don't want it?" So that was a fun little experience.